Willie D live.
What's up, family? Donald Trump, your president, Stephen Miller, ICE, and all the rest of y'all. The great state of California got something for you. Yeah, man. They got a congressman out there named Ro Khanna who says he is going to personally stand outside Levi Stadium where the Super Bowl will be played to make sure that ICE don't harass people who come to have a good time. Yeah, man, check them out. You ain't got to believe me.
Stay out of my district on Super Bowl Sunday. I'm going to be outside Levi Stadium to make sure ICE does not harass a single American or immigrant during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, what y'all think about that? All y'all Trumpettes, I know you're listening. I know you're watching, because anytime, you got something about Trump going on, y'all stick your tongue out first, though. You got to stick your tongue out because y'all be lapping it up. Yeah, man. Yeah, what y'all think about that? Yeah. Look like they're going to meet some resistance. Check this out, family. Not only that, the city of Santa Clara, where the game will be held, said that they got news for Trump and ICE. They're banned from using city property ahead of the Super Bowl. Yeah, they're banned. Well, I guess Trump not banned, but ICE is banned. They're banned from using city property. Santa Clara City officials have reaffirmed their support for immigrant communities ahead of Super Bowl 60 this weekend. The Santa Clara City Council unanimously approved a statement emphasizing its support for immigrants ahead of the February 8 game at Levi Stadium in case of increased activity from U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement or other federal agencies. The council also passed a policy prohibiting the use of city property, such as parking lots or open spaces, for immigration enforcement. Residents erupted into applause after this council's vote. Yeah, so, hey, fam, it looks like the people in California are on board. Seems like everybody then got on board and say, man, no ICE, baby. You know what I mean? It's like, they like, man, get on up out of here with that. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Man, you want illegal immigrants to just run amok in our country? We got to do something about that. Now, I know what you're thinking. Willie D, man, we can't have illegal people just running in and out of our country, just doing whatever they want to, man. We need to have some type of control of who comes into our country. You're absolutely right. So I'm not against deportation. I'm not against deportation at all. What I am against is incivility. I'm against that. I'm against the police stretching their authority. I'm against law enforcement busting people in the head, dragging U.S. citizens, putting U.S. citizens at risk. I'm against them allowing immigrants to come into this country and live here and build a life, have children, and contribute to American society, work the jobs, in fact, do a lot of the jobs that others will not even do. You use them for their labor, use them up, and then say, all right, get the hell out. And whoever we catch, we send them back. We don't care if we separate. We don't care if we send a child back to Mexico, a 5-year-old child back to Mexico by herself, and leave her parents here, or take the parents and leave the child right here in the U.S. We don't care about none of that. See, they ran the same play with black folks once we built the country up after they got hundreds of years in free labor. Now they want to go ahead, get out. Oh, we're like the Scrooge of society all of a sudden after we built this month. And then they stole all of stole our ideas, stole our inventions, and stole the culture, and now get out. See, that's a common theme with America, using people up and then trying to discard them. So that's the issue. I don't like the hypocrisy, man. This whole deportation thing is a farce. Family, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all dog and pony. This whole thing, what's going on in Minnesota right now, is all about voter suppression. And let me tell you something. Usually, when America says it's being aggressive, when America decides it's going to be aggressive about a particular issue and they're going to come down on a particular group of people to so-called save Americans, to protect Americans, the truth is always, I mean, always the opposite. It's always a hustle behind it, because they like this thing that goes on in America called organized chaos. They like it because they get the benefit from the division and the discourse. They get the benefit from that. They like it when they actually like us being at odds. Because if they didn't, the politicians wouldn't stoke the flames of racism and division so much. They wouldn't do that. But they do it because that's how you control the people. You control the people by making people argue and debate and bitch about things that they cannot control and things that they have no control over. Get them to be distracted about those type of things. Keep them entertained. That's why they ain't gonna mess with the Super Bowl tomorrow, because it's a big old distraction. So the Super Bowl actually benefits ICE. It benefits the agenda because it's one big old distraction. If they do go messing with the Super Bowl, it's going to be major problems, because now you're messing with the NFL money. And the NFL is so powerful that it owns one day out of the week. It owns Sunday. All right? The NFL owns Sunday. Not church, the NFL. So you go messing with that NFL money like that, and then it's going to be a major problem. So I don't suspect that ICE is going to pop up at the Super Bowl and try anything, because it's not going to really benefit them to do that. But then again, these people, they're so stuck on stupid. Ain't no telling what they'll do. They do a lot of things out of emotional reaction, right? They're just, there's really no telling what they'll do. Now, this guy, Ro Khanna. Ro Khanna is the type of politician that we need more of. A guy who will stand up and ring the alarm. This is a guy who don't mind calling out this wicked administration. We need more politicians like this, not just politicians just getting loud or whatever, but more guys like him. This is him talking further about some of the demonic things that go on in this country and holding people accountable.
I call for Congress to haul in front of the Oversight Committee every single person who emailed about going to Epstein's Island. They need to answer some basic questions. Who raped these underage girls from working class families? What did they see? What did they know? What did they participate in? It shows there are two tiers of justice in America. The rich and powerful get to play by one set of rules. So they were very, very careful, Pam Bondi on down, to say that we want to make sure these rich and powerful people aren't overexposed. And let's really go through the files so that there are not leaks that compromise them. In fact, some of the documents that compromised Donald Trump, where they had tips about Donald Trump, were quickly pulled down. On the other hand, the review that they had 1/3 of the U.S. attorneys do of all of these files, obviously they did not stress the importance of protecting the victims.
I ain't got no problem with that. But I got to keep it a buck, fam. I got to keep it a buck and call it like I see it. I got to call a strike and a ball a ball. All that's fine, protecting the people going to the game, the big game. Most of those people that's going to the Super Bowl got big money because those are big tickets. Most of the people that are going to the Super Bowl got a whole bunch of money. So they'll simply be protecting a lot of rich people, right? Mostly rich people. I think if it's real, Ro Khanna, if you for real, then you extend this type of energy past the Super Bowl. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.